Everyone, it's Christian Fuchs here. I would like to say a big thank you to our fans and keep having our back for the upcoming Premier League season as well as the Europa League. Keep watching Leicester Fan TV. They have the latest news and they keep you up to date on leicesterfantv.com. So stay tuned and thanks for your support.
Morning all. Welcome to the Foxes Aftermath Show, pre-match show, whatever you want to call it, because we don't have games on Saturday anymore. I've got Jack here from Fulhamish to talk about the Leicester Fulham game. So I think we better get started.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at
Oh well, the graphics aren't working today very well. I don't know why that didn't work. Okay, jumped in a bit early. I'll get Jack in now. Get him talking about Fulham.
The Fox's Arms,
Hello Jack, how are you?
Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK.
Hold on a minute, Jack. Hold on.
We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us.
Oh, it's all gone a bit pear-shaped this morning. Why is that not working?
Join the fans debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester.
Hold on, Jack. I just have to remove you again. Right, hold on. Sorry, Jack. Oh. Morning all. Can you hear me now, Jack?
Yeah, no worries. Can you hear me?
Jack, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, something's gone wrong with StreamYard. I don't know what's
Oh, okay.
this morning. It's gone a bit pear-shaped, so we'll have to we'll have to forget the comments at the minute. Morning, Jack. How the devil are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, sorry about StreamYard. Just got a bit pear-shaped. Right, we'll start with an easy one. What do you think your team will be today? How do you think you'll line up, and what injuries have you got?
In terms of injuries, we don't have too much of an issue. We have Kenny Tete, who got injured in the third game against Villa, a thigh injury, but I think he's back in training now, and I reckon he might start the game. So in terms of an actual lineup, I'd probably, it's difficult. I think I'd go Areola in goal. At the back, I'd go Kenny Tete, Joachim Anderson, Tosin Adrabayo, and Robinson. And then I'd have Harrison Reed at the base of midfield, Van Gieser and Kearney. And then I'd have Bobby Reed on the wing. On the other side, I'd have Adamola Lookman, and then down the middle, Alexander Mitrovic. We've got Abu Kamara who's come back from a 3-match suspension. So he'll probably be on the bench, and he's a good impact sub.
So, I mean, this was your team against Everton. So it'll be pretty similar to that apart from Mitrovic. You think Mitrovic will come into that one, do you think?
Yeah, I think Mitrovic, Lamina, and Cav will all come out. I think, Mitrovic will come in, and Cav and Lamina will come out. I think Lamina was really poor against Everton, gave the ball away numerous times, and Cav was really wasteful with the penalty again. So I think that will be the changes. I'd expect us to stay in the same shape. I just think we'll be more defensively minded. We might even play 2 holding midfielders just to protect the back 4. But I think this is going to be a really, really tricky game for us.
I mean, you haven't had the best of starts, have you, this year? I mean, last year in the Championship, you were probably one of the better teams in the Championship. And then this year, you've come up to the point. and you haven't. What can you put your finger on something? What's different to this time compared to last year?
Well, I think we've taken so long to settle with our back four. We didn't sign our two starting centre backs now until deadline day. So the first 3-4 games were almost like an anomaly because we weren't playing with what we wanted as our settled back four. We were playing the likes of Tim Ream, Michael Hector, Dennis Doyle. These are all players who were fine last season, got us up to the Premier League from the Championship. But as was proven 2 years ago with the likes of Ream and Adoy, not good enough for Premier League level. And it was so naive to then go into the Premier League season. The likes of Arsenal first, Leeds, then Villa, then Wolves as our first 4 games, to have that sort of back four that struggled so much in that 18-19 season. To me, was baffling why we got business done so late. The priority position for us was centre back, and we didn't get it sorted till deadline day. And now we're playing catch up. Now we're seeing the fruition of those consequences of that happening.
Stephen's asked, it's a bit early for the question, but as he's asked it, do you think your defence will be able to stop Vardy, Under and Madison? Because they're all pretty damn good at the minute. They're pretty on fire. Yeah,
I watched the game against Braga. I thought you did very well to come back and I think the point now takes you into the knockout stage, which is great.
Yeah.
It's tricky with Vardy because with Vardy, he can go in behind, he can play defeat. Madison's a tricky little player, Under creative. I think it's going to be an onslaught, and I think we're going to really struggle. But at the same time, I think that we have defensively matured, and I think we have held teams for quite a while in games. I remember I think we do play better away from home. Our last away game against West Ham, for 90 minutes, we did very well. And then we slipped up in the last minute, conceded, then had the penalty and completely wasted the chance to get a point. I think it'll be tough, but I think maybe.
This is the problem we get. This is from the editor, Phil, of Leicester Fan TV. Let's not be overconfident about tomorrow's match, which is true. We were overconfident about the West Ham game and the Villa game, and we lost. So we've got to be careful and just take. And like Phil says here, it can be a bit of a banana skin. Like you say, Fulham do play pretty well away from home. Because now with no crowds, I know we had a chat about the crowds coming in beforehand, but there's no home advantage anymore, is there? With no crowd there at all, that nullifies everything. So I like being confident, but sometimes you can be a bit too overconfident, which I'm a bit worried about Monday. Bottom of the table clubs for Leicester, or bottom 3, bottom 4, we're the ones that they struggle against. I mean, like Patrick has said, park the bus. Do you think you would park the bus and then let us try and break you down? Is that the way you play, or is how do you actually play? How do Fulham play? Is there a difference from home and away?
Well, I don't think there's a difference in home and away. I just think that I sometimes like the way we play in terms of it's high risk, high reward, playing out from the back. But I feel like our build-up play, especially at the start of the season, was extremely slow, extremely passive. And when we played Crystal Palace at home, it just looked like we could play for about 500 minutes and we still wouldn't break Palace down. But honestly, because we'd get around the box and then we'd turn and go back because there was no runs, there was no risky pass, there was no incentive. And it's been the story of our season for a few years, and this is the way we play. However, away from home, I remember Sheffield United, when we played them away, we had the likes of Lookman, great pace on the break. I see if Abu Kamara comes into the team, we've got some really good options going forward. And Guisa can run with the ball. Kenny's very, very clever. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, if he plays, it is creative. I think that in terms of how we play and will we park the bus, I think we'll have a low block, and I think we'll get a lot of men behind the ball when Leicester have possession. But it will be about winning the ball in those key areas and then exploiting Leicester on the break. But it's just how decisive we can be in the final third, basically.
I mean, we had a turning point last year. Matthews made a bit of a... Oh, wrong one, sorry. Where's it gone? Matthews made a bit of a statement saying Norwich last season, we just won 8 on the bounce and drew 1-1 against Norwich, and they went down. And that was the turning point of our season last year, because I think we were so overconfident that we went into the game and we struggled. We really struggled. I think it's just, I don't know, it's just one of these things. The lower teams, we play well against the good teams, but when it comes to the lower teams, because they're fighting for their lives. We had it in the Great Escape. You fight for your lives. You don't lose by many goals, and it's just one of them things. And we really do struggle against. Sean's asked this question. I'll get him to ask it. I think he means, who is your favourite player for Fulham ever? I think either now or in the past.
Well, right now it's Mitrovic. I know he's off form and he's missed a couple of penalties for Serbia and for Fulham.
It's funny you should say that, because our editor Phil, if you read that
Yeah.
comment, he wants to sign him every transfer window.
Really?
He says, Mitrovic, let's get Mitrovic in. Let's get Mitrovic. Our Phil loves Mitrovic.
He's a problem. He's a problem player. He causes issues for defenses, but when he's off form, it's really telling. When he's on form, it's very telling. Mitro is on fire, and that's a song we sing, week in, week out last season. He was top goal scorer last season in the Championship, as I really expected him to be. I thought he basically, when he first joined the club in 17-18, he was the key reason why we were promoted that season. We won this remarkable 23 unbeaten run, and he was basically the catalyst towards that. Right now, he's in a sticky situation. He hasn't really been. He was benched against Everton because of the international break, and he had 2 or 3 games for Serbia. But I just think he needs a goal for his confidence. And once he does that, I think he'll start firing, because we need his goals to keep us in the division.
Yeah, now you said he needs a goal. That means he's bound to score against Leicester. Anybody that needs a goal or a win, come and play Leicester, and you'll get it straight away.
Yeah.
You mentioned Vardy and Madison earlier. Apart from them, is there another threat you see coming from Leicester in probably midfield, defence, Schmeichel, or is there one you're worried about?
Well, Schmeichel's a great keeper, but I think in terms of creative midfielder, I think Yuri Tillemans is a player I'm particularly wary of. I mean, I watched him play for Belgium against England a few weeks ago, and he scored and was a menace in midfield. I think I'm right in saying that Wilfred Ndidi's injured and has been for a while.
We've had a bit of good news about him, but he won't be in the Fulham. He won't be in the Fulham squad against Fulham, but I think he's going to be here for the Zahora game on Thursday night against in the Europa League. Yeah.
Well, that's good news that he's back for you. But in terms of if he was playing against us, I think we really struggle. He's fantastic, but Yuri Tillemans is someone that I'm quite wary of as well.
Just want to go back about Fulham, but about 18 months ago. Claudio Ranieri. He's king at Leicester.
Of course, yeah.
What happened with him there? Why did it go wrong for him? What was wrong there?
I think it was just it was a number of reasons. I think he was the wrong fit. I think if you go with a manager like Slavisa Jokanovic, I cannot believe I'm still talking about Slavisa Jokanovic in 2020. I mean, obviously the question is relevant with Claudio Ranieri, but Slavisa Jokanovic went from this very quite sexy passing style of play, and then we go to this Ranieri style, which is defensive and gritty, and you would know all about it when he won the division with Leicester. So we went from like a 4 at the back to a 5 at the back very, very quickly, and to transition into those different systems it is very difficult to adapt. And we won our first game against Southampton. Yeah, it was a good day, but from there we didn't look good. We weren't a good team at all. The atmosphere at the club was wrong. I just think, I remember the Southampton game just before he was sacked away midweek. I was there, and it was awful, really, really awful, really toxic. He went, and then we brought in Scott Parker, who's now still the manager.
He's done quite a good job, hasn't he? Scott Parker's done a reasonably decent. It was on a hiding to nothing in the Premier League that year, wasn't he? Because you were near enough guaranteed to go down that year. But then in the Championship last year, you've done quite well. Because the game against the last time you played us at King Power, it was Brendan Rodgers' first game.
I remember, yes.
Yeah, and I flew in from Spain. I booked the tickets 2 weeks previously. I said to the missus, right, I'm going back. Brendan Rodgers' first game and the return of the King. So I booked the tickets on Monday, meaning Ranieri, booked the tickets on the Monday. On the Tuesday, you sacked him. So I didn't get to see the return of Ranieri. I got to see Rodgers' first game, but I didn't get to see the return of Ranieri, which everyone was looking forward to.
Yeah.
And then go and sack him. I thought, oh, blimey.
Yeah, I think that was a really bad period for us, and people were calling for his head, and I think there was rumours that he'd been sacked in the dressing room the moment after the game, but I don't think they were true. He was sacked the next day. It must have been Leicester. Must have been the next game coming then. Actually, maybe it wasn't, because I think it
was an international break. I think it might have been an international break, and then that would have been the next game.
Yeah, I think so.
These international breaks are a pain in the arse, aren't they?
Yeah, because it was in March, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Scott Parker's come in, and what's interesting about Scott Parker is last season, midway through the season, it wasn't working. Like we were in the playoffs, we were in and around promotion candidates, but again, like I said earlier, the style of play was too slow, it was too passive. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, after lockdown and 2 really bad results against Brentford and Leeds, we started actually playing a little bit better, getting some decent results, some gritty 1-0 wins, which you love to see. And then into the playoff situation. And the game management from Fulham was just impeccable. And that's the reason we got promoted against a very, very tricky Brentford team. We completely managed the game. We stifled their Ollie Watkins and Buemo and Ben Rama. And we made it to the Premier League, and then they beat us in the Carabao Cup. But, that is irrelevant. And I think that Parker's is one of my favourite managers of all time now.
Oh, is it? Oh, is that highly rated, is he?
Yeah, I mean, if you beat Brentford in a playoff final, you're gonna be in very high regards from a Fulham fan.
One last question from Stephen before I ask you the score. Will you be worried if Ricardo is in the starting lineup tomorrow? He's been out for 8 months.
Oh, really?
He's the fly-in fullback. Will you be
Pereira.
worried? Yeah. Will you be worried if he's in? Because a lot of our stuff, when he plays, a lot of it goes down the wing, down his side.
Down the right-hand side. And that is actually a worry for us because our left-hand side is probably our weakest spot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's where a lot of the goals come from.
I know Brendan's listening to this, so hopefully he's taking some notes.
I think he would have identified that already. I mean, if you look at us, I think actually Luca Digne came from the right hand side, but all of Everton's goals came from one area. I can't think if it was down the right hand side because it was down the left because Luca Digne is left back.
Yeah.
I think that's an area that Leicester could exploit. I think Pereira's fantastic right back, one of probably the best in the league. With like Kyle Walker and I'm trying to think of the others now. I can't remember, but no, he's up there, and I think that it's something to worry about, especially with. I think Robinson's a decent defender, but if you get at him, you could beat him.
All right then, Jack. Put you on the spot. Score
0-0.
Really? You go for
Yeah.
that? It's a point from away for home. I say that, and everyone says, "Why?" I say 2-2. Every away game, I say 2-2. People say to me, "Why are you sitting on the fence for? Why? I'm not." I said, do not lose away from home. That's how I look at it.
Draw the away games, win the home games. I'll never back us to lose a game, even if it's inevitable. We're playing Man City next week, and we're playing Liverpool afterwards. But I think if we
played Man City and beat them 5-2 away from home, so
exactly, and you just never know with Man City. I mean, they won 5-0 yesterday against Burnley, but they've got and this is what I was thinking. You've played on Thursday night. We haven't played since Sunday. Will there be a bit of tired legs? You never know. We're Arsenal, they lose a lot of their Sunday games. They lost to Villa 3-0. You just never know with Fulham. And I think if we hold our shape and are sensible in possession and take a chance, maybe we might get something from the game.
Andy Meadows has made a quality comment. Do you get mistaken for Jack Whitehall a lot?
No, I've never ever been. No one's ever said that to me ever. No.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Andy's pretty good at spotting that. You got a new nickname now, then.
Oh, I'll take it. He's not a Fulham fan as such, but he is friends of our owner.
His mom's a Leicester fan though.
Oh, well, yes. I think his dad's
I didn't know that.
Then.
I think you're right there actually. Yeah, but his mom's a Leicester fan.
Oh really? I saw him live in January actually.
Oh, before everything got shut down. You were
yeah. It's probably the last.
Right then, Jack. Much appreciated. Where can everyone find you? All your social details and that.
So we are on. In terms of me, I'm at Jack Kelly FFC. It's 1K instead of 2. That's my Twitter. Same for my Instagram if you want to follow me on Instagram. But in terms of Fulhamish, it's just Fulhamish on YouTube. You'll find it, and then you'll find it where you'll find all your other podcasts as well. Just type in Fulhamish. Okay
then, Jack. Much appreciated. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
For Fulham there. Cheers. Yeah, good luck, but not until after Monday though, pal.
Yeah. I suppose we'll see you back at Craven Cottage in the second round of fixtures, I suppose.
We will do, pal. Cheers,
mate.
Jack. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot, matey. Right, now we're going to bring in our own J and R. It's the JR show. How are you two?
Morning, Rob.
Morning, sir.
A shame Locks ain't here because he could take the mickey out of you there. With your hair being up like that. You look a bit like Tintin, actually, going up like
that. Sorry, my cap's upstairs, so I ain't putting that on. I'm on my tablet this morning for the first time in about a year because my other phone that I use the StreamYard on I can't find the battery pluggy thing.
Charger.
So I'm going to have to try it. Yes, charger, that's what I was going to say.
That's what you're going to say. Right then, lads.
Yes.
Let's start talking about football instead of Ross's hair because it's Locks that gets the problems with the hair. Right, won't start with the Fulham game just yet. We'll start with the Braga game. What were your views on it, Jack? How did you get excited? Were you jumping around the room when we scored the equaliser?
Yeah. I was off my seat in it. I just knew it was going to be like, you knew something was going to be lasting like a last opportunity for Leicester. And if anyone was going to get it, it was going to be Vardy. It wasn't going to be anybody else. Because Vardy's like crucial, isn't it, in them sort of minutes.
Oh, yeah. So were you making a bit of noise?
Yeah.
Were you making a bit of noise, or were you doing Ross's silence?
Nah, forget that. If that happened in the 93rd minute at King Power and there's 2,000 fans, they stay quiet, are they?
They'll be kicked out.
You would be nowadays, wouldn't you? Well, if he ever allowed back in. So come on then, Ross, what did you think about the game against Braga? Do you think we should have won, or do you think a point was a fair result?
I think the point was a fair result, because I think Braga were, compared to the game when we won 4-0, I think they've learned from that lesson. Didn't they beat Benfica? Oh, they're one of the best teams in Portugal. So it's like when Southampton won, we beat them 9-0. A year on, they've done a lot better since they, you learn from a heavy defeat. So I think Braga have learned from that heavy defeat, and obviously, they took the lead. Were a good goal, and obviously 93rd minute equaliser from Vardy. I mean, if it was anybody that's going to get us through, it had to be Jamie Vardy, didn't it? It couldn't be any. The script couldn't have been written better. It's like a film. And I said on the show, I think, imagine if we score in the 93rd minute. If we get kicked out, and stupid fans and stuff. Obviously, I bought it. I'm just reading that. Obviously, I've got a new sofa now, so I was jumping off my old sofa. But luckily, I didn't have a customer on the line, so it was all right.
They wouldn't have been able to hear you. They would have been deaf, wouldn't they? You'd have had to give him a free phone, because they would have broke that phone the man you shouted down the bloody phone.
I did do it once, actually. It was, when we played Man U 4 years ago, to win league and stuff. They wouldn't let me have it off work, so they put it on TV screens. And just as an agent came through, I muted it, and I'm not kidding. I shouted that much, I literally scared the entire building where I was. So I was with Morgan. I was screaming that much. Yeah, I wasn't going to repeat it because obviously but it might screw up the sound. I was so great. Think about it. What I am now, times about 50. And manager came off and went, "We scored." I went, "Are you kidding? Are you actually joking?" But no, I can't wait for that to come back in.
I can't neither. Andy Meadows has just asked a question. Last question about Thursday night. Did Rodgers get it wrong until the subs came on? Do you think he started it wrong, or was he doing it because of the leg weary and getting tired? Jack, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think the team selection, he had to make changes. Most of our players have played like nearly every game, innit? Vardy, Tielemans. I think Tielemans has played the most minutes, hasn't he, for Leicester this season so far?
I think so, yes.
So yeah, they needed rest. Kelechi is always going to play on a Thursday night. But Harvey Barnes, he's played quite a lot this season. But I think Brendan were looking at legs, because you don't really want any injuries in them sort of competitions, do you, to your main players, considering Fulham's coming up and Sheffield United. So we need to get our players fitter and healthy. So next game, we should be all right.
Neil's asked a decent thing. We've qualified, yeah? What do we do?
Yeah.
Do we play weakened sides, or do we go for the top, win the next game, and go for it? What do we do?
I think we should go for the top.
Go for the group.
Yeah.
Well, we did when we played Champions League.
Yeah, we get a slightly easier, not easier, there's no games easier in Europe anyway, but we do get a slightly easier game, wouldn't we? Hold on, what's this one? The look on their manager's face. Yeah, it wasn't the best, because he's the ex-Sheffield Wednesday manager, isn't he? And didn't he manage Swansea as well for a bit?
Yeah, he managed them both in the Championship.
Yeah.
And they sacked them both. I think he joined Sheffield Wednesday, and then Sheffield Wednesday sacked him, didn't they? So
yeah, being from Sheffield, I've got a lot of Wednesday fans, and they were gutted that he got sacked. So to be fair, they got into playoffs twice and they lost twice. So yeah.
Jack. So, we've got to agree with Ross's knowledge, because he's our northern correspondent. You're our Midlands correspondent, and I'm the foreign correspondent.
Well, next week will be interesting. Well, it's interesting because the next Sunday, who do we play next Sunday? And that's Sheffield United.
Here we go.
And I'm a bit weary on that one. I am a bit weary on that one. So we'll come to that.
I know we're going a bit ahead of that, but yeah, Sheffield United have only got 1 point. They haven't won a game yet, have they? Mitrovic hasn't scored for Fulham yet this year, and he needs a goal.
Yeah.
And Fulham are struggling, and they're coming to us. You can just see what's going to happen, can't you? You can just sense it. I can sense it in my water that that's going to be the two of the strangest games we're going to see this year.
Because the thing is though, sometimes with our mentality, we always go in the big games. For some reason, we just dominate, or we like, for example, Man City beat them 5-2, and then we lose. For example, West Ham, we lost 3-0. I'm not saying they're a bad side, West Ham, because they're doing very well this season. But compare the sides, you know, I don't understand why we play better against the big sides. Is it because we're proving a point? It's like when we beat Man U 5-3 all them years ago, and then we didn't win for 3 months. So we just what we need to do is just keep our heads together, and just these next 2 games are very crucial. It might sound daft because they're in the bottom 2. They're not you're right. They're not the side they were last year. I felt for Chris. I don't know if you heard the Klopp interview yesterday. Taking a shot at Chris Wilder was pathetic.
Oh no, it's stupid. He's just Liverpool seems to think they're bigger.
I went on.
Go on.
I said I went on radio yesterday. Again, and express my views about it. He needs to apologise to Wilder. You know, singling out managers. It's not fair. Didn't Klopp single out Charlie?
Well.
Yeah. The Liverpool seem to think they're bigger and better than anybody since they won the league last year. They think they've got the right to do anything and say everything, which is absolutely wrong. I think it's
you say that though, Jamie. Did you read Milner's tweet yesterday?
No.
Yeah, he come out yesterday. It was on about VAR and that, and then some Leicester fan wrote back and said, "Oh, what about the Sionku handball at the King Power in the 4-0 win at the Beaters, and then the Mane penalty at Anfield, well, the one at Albrighton?" And he said, "You'd be quick enough to step up for them penalties, wouldn't you, if they were given? But you're moaning about VAR being given against you now."
Yeah.
Oh, that comment just then
about Sheffield, about what the in danger of.
Then. No. Hope not. I hope not. We want them to get to
We want Derby to be the bottom, Patrick. We definitely want Derby to be the bottom of that record. We don't want that ever being beaten. Right, we'll go on to tomorrow night's game. This was Leicester's team against Liverpool. Do you think there'd be many changes from that? Or do you think it'd be roughly the same? Because I don't think there'll be much of a change. I don't think there'll be much of a change there, Jack, to be honest.
I think Dennis Pratt will come back in, I think. Apart from that,
who do you think it'll win for? Madison?
Well, it's who do you think's played better over the last couple of games? Do you go for Madison or do you go for Barnes? Barnes didn't really turn up against Liverpool, and neither did Madison. For the Braga game, Madison actually turned up. Barnes scored. So I think Madison in Tielemans made a massive impact against Braga in the second half. So I'd maybe go Madison and leave Barnes on the bench till like the 60, 70 minutes.
Craig's put Pratt for Albrighton, but what back foot, what defensive lineup would you play there then, Craig? If you put Pratt at, I don't think you could play Pratt at wing back, could you? He's not that kind of player, is he, Ross? Really?
No, it's not. I mean, the thing is, Albrighton's a strange one because obviously against Liverpool, he weren't the best, and then against obviously Braga, setting up the goal for Vardy. So it's a strange one. But question: do you start Ricardo or do you put him on the bench?
Will Ricardo be fit?
Well, they said he's going to be in the squad for the Zahora game, didn't he? But what's going to happen with I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? Because Castagna's not out. Castagna's out, isn't he?
On about Sionchu coming back and then Didi as well. So
that's for the Zahora game, which is good. They'll get some game time there. But as for being on the bench, but like Anthony says, Pratt was poor against Braga, wasn't he? He didn't play his best game there.
No.
But this lad, I like this lad. I think this lad's going to be pretty good. Luke Thomas.
Yeah,
I think he's a star in the making. I do.
2 seconds. I'm going to go on the other phone because this one's delayed. Slightly delayed.
It's a good point because Locks has turned up now. Ross, as you go.
One out.
Hold on, he's gone. He was here.
There we go.
There we go. Locks was here, but now it's finished.
My phone's charged up now because that's quite a slight delay. So about a second delay. So it's weird because I was talking into it. It was weird. So there we go. I'm back now.
Everyone's saying because Zach said Rooney's caretaker for Derby, so he probably will go down now. So that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? If Derby go down and Rooney's in charge.
Think about that now. Are they both the same age, Rooney and Vardy? Like a year difference. But yeah.
So yeah.
Vardy's still playing at the top level.
Rooney's 34.
And Rooney's struggling to be a manager and get a point against Wickham.
I know. It's terrible, isn't it? It's absolutely anyway, I've just remembered something, guys. With you two being on here, not about Thursday nights, but you've entered the Leicester Fan TV Quiz, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right. If there's anybody out there, we need 16. I only need 5 more. I've got 11 entrants already. So these two, JR, have both entered the show. The quiz. So I need 5 more to enter. All I need you to do, hold on, in a minute, right? Well, that's 2 from one family. We only need 1 from a family. That's cheating. That's cheating.
That's the thing.
So if anybody wants to enter, drop us a line on Leicester Fan TV. Just say, yes, enter me in the quiz. I need another 5 people. That's all I need. 5 people. Done well yesterday. Got 11 yesterday to enter. So I need 5 more. And then this man here. Morning, Locks. How are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Just talking about the Leicester Fan TV quiz, how I've got 11 entries. What's it called again? Come on.
Please play it.
It's called Come On You Fox Quiz.
And it's all made up in Locks' head. He knows all the answers to the questions. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't write it down or anything.
I won on Friday in his intro.
Yeah, the intro's what it's all about.
It is, isn't it?
The intro. Have you got it?
No, I haven't got it. Unfortunately. Locks, don't even play it.
I won't touch it. Don't worry.
Play it. Let everyone see it. So all I need is 5 people, 5 more people. I've got 11. I just need 5. If you want to enter it, JR have both entered it. They're looking forward to being made mugs of. So I need 5 more. Just drop us a line. Locks, so what are you doing with that microphone? Surely it's meant to be standing on the
wow, sometimes it's a bit low sometimes. Wait, hold on. 1 sec. Is that all right? Can you hear me okay?
I'm still here. Just sit back. Sit back how you normally do.
Hold on. There we go. How's that?
Not out. Yeah, that's fine. That microphone works a treat, doesn't it? Shame you have to try and test it on my show live.
Perfect. Yeah, of course.
So come on then, you've just turned up late as normal. I take it you've just got out of bed, haven't you?
Oh yeah, literally about 40 seconds ago. Yeah, I'm knackered.
Late night was it? So what do you think about tomorrow's game then, Locks? You have your view. JR have already told us what they thought.
The game, yeah. I mean, I think it's a good. No disrespect to Fulham, but I think it's a good team to play to try and get a response from the Liverpool loss. I think they'll put up a good fight, definitely. But yeah, I think we'll have too much for them really. I see them scoring. I know I know they haven't scored loads, but I still see them scoring for some reason. Whether that's Mitrovic or Lookman or whoever. But yeah, they've got a few good players in there, which I actually like some of their players, to be fair. Tom Kearney at centre midfield, I really like him. As I said, Lookman as well, despite the Panenka flop a couple of weeks ago. But as I said, I think we've got too much for them. I think we'll respond well from the Liverpool loss and obviously the draw as well. I think I was saying on my show on Thursday to these guys, I think getting the last minute equaliser will actually boost the confidence. Whereas obviously, if it would have stayed 3-2, that would have kind of, the confidence may have dropped a little bit. But yeah, that 3-3 equaliser would have been a massive confidence boost. And hopefully we can just kick on and do we go top of the table on goal difference, I think?
Yes.
Maybe? Yeah.
Yes, we will. Just one question, Locks, before you carry on with something else.
Yeah.
What's the forfeit bet for tomorrow? What's the Boldy Locks bet?
Chris decided, didn't he? It's Jamie Vardy hat trick, was it?
No, that was
No.
on Thursday. No, this was tomorrow, not last week. Tomorrow. The other one was a Nacho hat-trick went on Thursday night, wasn't it?
That was Nacho hat-trick. This week was Chris decided it. Chris Kermit the Frog decided it this week. Ribbit. It was I'm sure it was. What was it, Jack? Was it Jamie Vardy hat-trick?
I think so. Yeah.
It was a Jamie Vardy hat-trick.
But I don't know if that's a good one because I think we've had that one before, Jamie. What do you reckon? I think we've had that one before.
Anything that gets your head shaved, I'm in for it, pal.
I don't know.
Jamie wants to do it live.
I want you to do it live. Get your missus to stand there, do it live.
What we'll do, we'll stick with that. We'll stick with Chris's one this week. So it was Vardy hat trick, but next week I think people should get the comments in on what they think it should be, and then we'll pick one.
Let them decide. Also, lads, also, lads, it's FA Cup round today. Today. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the second round today. It's a draw. I'm not sure if the draw's tonight or tomorrow, but it's the second round.
Monday.
Yeah. So who is people wanting? What do we think? Is it too early to think, or?
We can't go. That's the problem. But they're in tier 3, so that's the issue. Usually, I would say for me, obviously being from Yorkshire, I'd love to have Rotherham or Barnsley away. I mean, but I don't know if you've ever been Barnsley away any of years, but it's one of the best away days I've ever been to. The year we stayed up, in the Championship and Leeds got relegated, we took 5,000-6,000 that day. It was one of the best days ever, and it was just a great feeling. But to be honest, anyone at the minute, until fans are back in, anyone.
There's a quality bet for you. Casper to kick to a Leicester player for the goal kick.
That's quality, Patrick. Yeah.
Jamie, I'll take Doncaster.
I wouldn't mind Newport away just to get their own back.
Not Wickham.
Newport. Ross, I think us two, Ross, would know that. Them two are too young to realise what we're on about there. The teletech kid. Or Chorley away. That'd be a decent trip, wouldn't it? Chorley away. The teletech
they beat Peterborough yesterday, yeah.
So Jack and Ross, you might not remember this. If you Google teletech striker, the first thing that comes up is a strike. There's no joke. So back in the day when teletext was a good thing, you could check on the news and stuff. So a striker called Roy Essendon, Wickham were advertising a striker, literally an advert for a striker that wasn't cup tied to play against Leicester. He answered that, and obviously, funnily enough, he gets the winning goal.
Yeah, it's I remember. Filbert Street, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember.
Was that his only game or something?
That was actually in the game.
He weren't supposed to have played.
I think it was a couple of games after, and then literally we were 4th in the Premier League at that time. We were chasing a UEFA Cup spot / Champions League, and then literally we went from 4th.
We just dropped like a stone, didn't we?
In 9 games, we lost 8 in a row, and then we beat Tottenham. So that was easy. But then after that we got relegated. So it was teletech. If you Google it, I know it's an interesting story for the wrong reasons. So
it is.
Patrick's comment there. That's who I want as well. Florist. I'd like them.
Yeah,
I'd like them. We've played them in a while, have we? So why not?
What about Coventry? We haven't played Coventry since 2012.
Oh, that's all right. Leave Coventry alone. Leave them in the background. Who wants to go to Coventry?
If we got Forest or Derby, it's good, but at the same time, it's like we can't go because you would love to. It's mint going to the Forest City ground. I remember where we took 8,000 one year, and they only had 10,000 home fans, and all doing the Poznan. It was insane. And I remember we had Derby away in the FA Cup, and indeed David scored not long after he started. It's anyone at the minute until fans are back in. Anyone.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter, does it? Right, we've just gone off the subject a bit. What's the score for tomorrow? What's the score? No, it doesn't matter. It's all about Leicester. Last question. I'll start with Ross because you've said a lot. I want the others to say their bit now. So, Ross, what do you think the score is going to be tomorrow?
I'm going to say I'll agree with Locks here. So I think that Fulham will score. I think Luckman's one of their best players. I know, despite that penalty thing that he did, I think he's one of their best players. I'm going to say 3-1 Leicester.
Yeah,
and I think, bizarrely enough, I think they'll take the lead actually, and then suddenly we'll just kick in.
Hopefully,
it always happens. When we beat Burnley, we went 1-0 down. Man City 1-0 down, came back to win. So I think it will happen. I think Vardy will get 2, and I think Tielemans.
Good lad. And Jack, what's your score prediction?
I said to Locks on Friday 4-0 to Leicester.
Ooh, confident, Mr. Positivity. He's taking your role there.
They're struggling, innit? They are struggling, Fulham, but you've got to take them seriously. Like, them teams at the bottom, like Sheffield United yesterday, every shot they had on target, it wouldn't even go in the back of the net. And Fulham against Everton, that was the same, really. But it's just the unlucky thing you have at the bottom of the table, isn't it? When you're at the bottom, you don't really have that look at what the teams have at the top. So I think we'll win tomorrow, but it'll be a very difficult game for us.
I think we'll win tomorrow. Difficult game, but you're going for 4-0.
Yeah.
Locks, can you get your head around that last comment by Jack there?
No, not at all. No, not this. Not after only being awake 10 minutes. Definitely not. Yeah.
Get
So
the monster down you.
giving me a headache, mate.
Get the Monster or Red Bull down you.
No, I reckon it's going to be. I mean, like I said, I think Fulham will score. I'm going to go. Still a close game, you know. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to say the first goal scorer will be. Let's go with James Madison. James Madison to score first, and Leicester to win 2-1. Their Vardy hat-trick locks. Yeah, that's going to be the Baldy locks bet for this week. We'll go with that.
No, we can have bets, me and Jack as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what you should do, Jack? Right, I'll keep say about JR. You need to wear a cowboy hat.
A cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat. You need both need to get cowboy hats.
Quick cowboy, and I'll come on. I'll try and get the Paul Heyman hair with a suit.
You get the music on.
And then we're coming on as a duo. That'd be quite cool.
I think. Where's that comment just gone, Stephen? I think you're a bit mixed up here, pal. We're at home. We are at home, aren't we?
Yes, we're at home.
Yeah. We never do well in London, Stephen. I think you're a bit mixed up there, pal. We're at King Power. Right then, lads. I'm going to say thank you for joining us. I'll let Ross go first while he's drinking his can of San Miguel.
No, it's actually Monster. Well, I love them. My son's upstairs. He's watching some Minecraft, so if I come down for a few minutes.
Oh, God, not Minecraft. Cheers, Ross. We'll see you tomorrow.
In a bit.
Thanks a lot, pal. Jack, thanks a lot, pal.
Cheers.
We'll see you tomorrow as well.
See you later.
See you later, pal. And Locks, how the devil are you? Better late than never.
Yeah, mate. You know what? I don't know why, right? I've come on your show sometimes before, just after waking up, but I feel so tired this morning. I've slept like 9 hours, but I'll make sure I'm fresh for tomorrow night.
That is probably why you've slept too much, pal.
Yeah, probably. I can't stop. Just my eyes are watering. But yeah, it's. I've made it for you, show. That's all that matters, eh?
You've got on. Right then, pal. I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry I had to wake you up this morning.
No, it's all right. I'll see you all tomorrow.
See you later,
guys.
Pal. Right, there we go. Cheers for joining me. Bit longer today. We've had a bit longer. So it's ciao, adios, goodbye. Top of the morning to you. Have a cracking day. And con you, Foxes.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.